Hey, and welcome to the Toadstead. Well, here we are, actually going to be getting into some of the actual building. Well, for those of you who've been following this for a long time, which has been a long time since we've done much here, knows we have our foundation poles in. These are marine pressure-treated 8x8s, set at 6-foot centers, and then 3 rows of them, blah, 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 blah. You can see what it is. The important point is that we need to have these even. Eventually, the tops are going to have to be cut off even when we do our, we put in our part of the foundation. To get started, we've got a transit out here. I'm not going to go into a big long thing about how a transit works, but just kind of think of it as a gun sight. And once it's been set up, and you can see it's been bubble leveled, as we move this transit from left to right, it will make a perfectly level line from left to right. And as you can see, our lovely little assistant down there has the has a square up against it. And I'm not going to go through it, just to basically just tell you what we're doing is I'm going to look through the gun sight here at the center of the crosshairs. She will bring that square up to my mark. She'll mark it. Then we will rotate the square, that's what the transit, these knobs rotate the transit this way, and this is the focus, and we will do that from our right to left, marking every single one without moving the transit. Now, we've done this twice already, and we're doing it a third time just to make sure we have several, everything is staying on the up and up. And so far, it's been within a 32nd of an inch. So we're quite happy with that. And what that's going to do is give us a series of marks that are perfectly level. And then when we go to start building and adding the joists and joist supports, we're going to notch these, which you'll see in a later video. All we have to do is pick which set of marks we're going to use and measure up or down consistently from any one of those marks, and everything will stay perfectly level. Hopefully that made sense to you. But just in case it didn't, I'll try one more time. If I have a set of marks that are perfectly level to each other on each one of these timbers, as long as I use that mark as a reference point, I can reference from that mark on any one of these, and my reference point is going to stay level. As we get into this further, we'll show you what we did. You can get up, baby. I think they get the idea now. Bless her heart, she's been squatting down and getting all the marks made. But in the next series of videos, what we do, we actually start cutting the notches. It'll really start to become apparent why we did it this way. But a very good friend of mine let us borrow his pretty nice transit, and this kept us from having to rent a spinning, I guess you call it a rotary laser, which is another way we could have made the same marks. And this beats the whole, batter board routine, which is what they used to do in the old days, which we did actually to set these, and we're not going to do that again. So there you are. If you got any questions, throw them in the bottom. I'll try and answer them. This was my first time doing this, and doing our comparative measurements. It seems to be working well, so this is something we can do. Thanks a lot for coming along. We'll see you next time around.